Hello, this is Milan back with my week 3 vlog for Acting Theory in America. This week we read 2 chapters of a book of essays edited by David Krasner called Method Acting Reconsidered. The first was chapter 2, written by Marc, which was about salvaging Strasberg, followed by chapter 19, which is all about the actor's studio. In the first reading, we learned that the Actors Studio is one of the only actor training facilities that still teaches Strasberg's method. This is largely due to the controversies surrounding his teachings, which Gordon reviews in this chapter pretty heavily. I do believe that he provides a balanced point of view regarding the situation. Gordon points out criticisms against Strasberg, but also outlines that the method does produce results for some, and mentions that great actors did study under Strasberg. Gordon mentions that Strasberg's method is an iteration of early Stanislavski, but there are also questions about early Stanislavski's principles. Since Stanislavski did have an ever-changing method until the day that he died, there are a lot of questions as to the validity of taking his early teachings, but I think that this is a big reason for all of the criticisms surrounding Strasberg. He was one of the first teachers to interpret the teachings of Stanislavski in a time when worldwide communication was not a simple feat. He wasn't able to collaborate with Stanislavski or obtain updated methods or thoughts that he was having. He had to interpret the teachings that he had and evolve his teachings into something that fit American acting. I think in this case, there's always going to be criticisms in situations like this. When we examine Adler and Meisner, we can further discuss maybe why they escaped criticisms and Strasberg did not. At the same time that Strasberg is linked to Stanislavski, we do learn that he aligned more with Vakhtanogov on a lot of things. This chapter examines Strasberg's vilification and the negative opinion some hold for him and the method. Overall, to me, this negative legacy does seem just like an attempt to distance Stanislavski's legacy from Strasberg himself. Again, emotion is brought up in this chapter, and this is really the main difference between Stanislavski and Strasberg. It seems to be the way that they handled emotion and their beliefs around how actors unlock these emotions and present them in a truthful way on stage. Strasberg was criticized for focusing more on actors' personal emotional memories rather than the characters or those external factors for characterization. There were even rumors that the method's memory exercises caused actors to have nervous breakdowns, and again, we do have to take all rumors about things related to Strasberg with a grain of salt, just because of his reputation. Related to this, the last detail that stuck out to me in this chapter was not directly related to Strasberg. It may be the reason why he faced some criticisms. It was the detail regarding Adler's conversations with Stanislavski in Paris. Gordon mentions that theater scholar Sharon Carnegie argued that Stanislavski's creativity may have been stifled by the Stalinist party. To me, historically, this seems pretty likely, as propaganda and censorship were the hallmarks of Stalinism. These conversations did cause a rift ultimately between Adler and Strasberg when she returned to the group. So it's interesting that, Stalinist propaganda may have been the reason for this divide in the American theater community. The second reading was the 19th chapter of the book, which again focused on the Actors Studio and its creation and membership. The most interesting part about this chapter for me were the names that were mentioned. Big names like Al Pacino, Christopher Walken, Marlon Brando are all members of the Actors Studio. We learn about its unique structure, where it is a nonprofit organization that is funded by its 800-something members. All of the members have auditioned and have earned their lifetime membership. And then we also learned that the Actors Studio has evolved into a full Master of Fine Arts program that gives students access to its members and their experience. To me, the craft seminars really sounded like these amazing opportunities, and the MFA program honestly does seem to try to create well-rounded theater students by requiring them to study all three domains of acting, directing, and playwriting. So just learning about this place where working actors can take time to continue to perfect their craft was very interesting, and also to see that they are still linked to Strasberg and that actors are still finding something valuable within the method.